other visitors as well. Also like to remind everyone to make sure that your cell phones and other devices are silenced or on vibrate so that we can conduct the people's business without interruption. Commissioner Anthony Simmons will lead us in the invocation and pledge.
Let us pray. Dear Lord, we'd like to thank you for this morning. Thank you for waking us up this morning, dear Lord. Dear Lord, we'd like to thank you for blessing our first responders, blessing those who are in this country and out of this country, for keeping us safe. Dear Lord, we'd ask that we'd bless everyone that's here this morning, dear Lord, and give us the wisdom to make decisions that's pleasing in your sight. All these things we ask in your name. Amen. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ms. Mincy White will call the roll of the commissioners.
I, Venus Missy White, present as clerk of the Board of Commissioners of Bulloch County, hereby call the roll for those on the governing body. All those present shall answer by saying aye. Chairman David Bennett.
Aye.
Vice Chairman Toby Connor.
Aye.
Commissioner Ray Mosley.
Aye.
Commissioner Anthony Simmons.
Aye.
Commissioner Nick Newkirk.
Aye.
Commissioner Timmy Rushing.
Aye.
And Commissioner Ray Davis. I've determined that we have all members of the Board of Commissioners present. Therefore, we have a quorum to conduct business for the good of the citizens of Bulloch County. I now yield the floor back to the chairman.
Thank you. So we got some fun stuff to do this morning. Before we get started, I got a couple proclamations that we need to issue. I'm going to ask Catherine Tootle from Freedom Through Recovery to come up to the front here. So you brought friends with us, so I'll let
Yes.
you introduce.
This is my teammate, Carla Thompson, and this is Hazel Royal, and y'all might know her, Trish Tootle. She's on our board at Freedom Through Recovery. And I'm the director of Freedom Through Recovery. We are free services for anybody looking to get into recovery from mental health or substance use disorder. And we're all in recovery ourselves, so they're learning from someone else who has been down that path.
Okay, well, this is our proclamation here that says behavioral health is an essential part of one's overall health and well-being. Recovery from addiction occurs every day through a variety of recovery support services and treatment programs. Prevention of substance abuse disorders works. Treatment is effective and people recover across Georgia and around the nation. And millions of people across the United States are living happy, joyous, and free long-term recovery. The 2025 Georgia Recovers Bus Tour celebrates Georgia Recovers in communities and recognizes we are never alone on this journey through recovery, and education throughout our communities about recovery and addiction is essential to combating the stigma and discrimination faced by many people in recovery, and to help more people experience and sustain long-term recovery. The Georgia Department of Behavioral Health and Developmental Disabilities, the Georgia Council for Recovery, and the Georgia General Assembly Working Group on Addiction and Recovery invite all residents of the state of Georgia to participate in National Recovery Month. So now, therefore, be it resolved that the Bulloch County Board of Commissioners proclaim the month of September 2025 as National Recovery Month in Bulloch County, Georgia, and call upon all citizens to observe this month with appropriate programs, activities, and ceremonies to support this year's Recovery Month theme, Georgia Recovers in Our Communities.
Amen. Thank you.
Y'all wanna stand up and we'll all go around and get a picture here.
You want to stand there, David, or you want to?
Yeah, let's just all come down here and we'll.
Come on and join us.
You got to stay with me.
Stay in place for the next one too.
Okay.
We'll get y'all to kind of come in a little bit.
All that like
I got you, then you want the pretty,
I'm asking
you want the pretty ball here inside you?
I do.
Place it that way, there you go.
Okay.
Is it a glare like my
Commissioner Simmons, if you would come over out to the outside just a little bit, there we go. Let me make sure we can see everybody. If you can see the phone can see you. Commissioner Mosley, come over just a little bit. There we go, there we go. We're gonna take a couple, so bear with us. I'll take one up this way, so. All right.
Hold that up for you, Dave.
Anybody got a sneezing fit coming on or anything? All right,
We good?
we're good.
Okay.
Thank y'all.
Thank you so much. Thank y'all so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank
You
you.
want us to just step to the side?
Yeah, if y'all will, just hang tight, 'cause we gonna do this again.
Thank y'all so much.
All right, I gotta get my sheet here, so I got my names right.
Okay.
Regent Martha Ann Tanner.
Yes.
Of the Archibald Bulloch chapter of the Daughters of American Revolution.
Can I say a word?
Absolutely.
Okay. I just wanted to let everybody know what we do during Constitution Week. I am with the Daughters of the American Revolution, and we put displays in every library and every school in Bulloch County for the week, for Constitution Week, as well as putting one in the Board of Education and the library. So it's a big week for us, so we appreciate your time to give us this proclamation.
Absolutely. So we're just going to go ahead and we'll read this. It says September 17th marks the 238th anniversary of the drafting of the Constitution of the United States of America by the Constitutional Convention, and it is fitting and proper to accord official recognition to this magnificent document and its memorable anniversary, and to the patriotic celebrations which will commemorate the occasion. And Public Law 915 guarantees the issuing of the proclamation each year by the President of the United States of America, designating September 17th through 23rd as Constitution Week. Constitution Week provides an opportunity for all citizens to learn of Georgia's historic role during our nation's founding, and the Constitution ensures the distribution of functions and responsibilities among three separate branches and a system of checks and balances to calibrate those powers, ultimately ensuring the protection of individual rights and liberties. Now therefore, be it resolved that the Bulloch County Board of Commissioners do hereby proclaim the week of September 17th through September 23rd, 2025 as Constitution Week, and ask our citizens to reaffirm the ideals of the framers of the Constitution had in 1787 by vigilantly protecting the freedoms guaranteed us through this guardian of our liberties. We urge all the citizens of Bulloch County to support this week.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So who wants to come up here and recite the preamble to the Constitution?
You want to recite it with me?
Because I know somebody here memorized it when they were in school. Nobody wants to try today. Okay, all right. So if y'all would, we're just going to gather up here and we'll get us a good picture.
Commissioner Mosley, you'll come out this way just a little bit. There we go. Let everybody show it.
Doubt we have too much glare from the photo or my head.
Grab your glasses off. Okay. Now, again, tip the top of
That
that
didn't help.
forward. There we go. Okay. Commissioner Newkirk, come over this way just a little bit. There we go. Okay. Got it.
Okay.
Blake, get yours? You good? All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I appreciate
Oh,
you
yeah.
doing this.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, before I entertain a motion to approve the general agenda, do we have any discussion or modification desired by the interim county manager or the board? Hearing none, I'm going to call for a motion.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Okay, all in favor? Motion carries unanimously to approve the general agenda. At this time, I'll recognize the citizens who have signed up to address the board. Once your name is called, come to the podium, state your name and address for the record, and make your comments. All speakers who are recognized will be allotted 5 minutes.
John Ratcliffe.
morning. So that's all for 5 minutes. I'm John Radcliffe, Savannah, Georgia. I'm a retired pilot and commissioner. I appreciate your support in the past. We do a youth flight program, and we're going to have it again this year on October 11. We had a wonderful time last year. The repairs at the runway at the airport required us to move the date to October this year. We're going to do that. It starts at 9 o'clock. We go until around 2. We fly everybody that shows up. We got two changes this year. One, when you sign up online, we require a $10 fee that will be reimbursed when you show up. Last year, we had 130 people sign up, and of that 130, only 60 showed up. So this year, in order to try to eliminate some of that, we're gonna require that you put a little bit of your own interest into it. This year, additionally, something different, we will award 16 flight hours on the organization to somebody in the Bulloch County area schools. The requirement is they gotta be in one of the Bulloch County area schools. We will pay for 16 hours of flight time through one of the providers at the airport, more than likely Low Country Aviation, which is new to the airport. Ms. Kathy has been extremely supportive to all of our functions, so anything that we need from the county, she's aware of, and we'll be making a request of the county. We will have professional aviation career people there to answer questions from both parents and the youth that will be there. Everybody that signs up will get a chance to fly. We do have flight simulators for anybody who's afraid to fly. I'd say afraid, Commissioner Simmons. He's not afraid to fly because I know from his prayer this morning that he would not be afraid to fly, because I remember a pastor telling me once before that he's not afraid to fly, but the Bible says, "Lo, I am with you always." So, for those of you who didn't get that, anything that we have a website called firstflightga.org. If you'd like to go online and contribute to the organization, myself and 2 of the other people pay for everything that's associated with this program. But if you'd like to donate, we certainly would help that. Again, one of the highlights of this year is there will be 16 hours of flight time given to some youth in the Bulloch County area, and to hopefully get them interested in a career in flying. I'm available for questions anytime. I have flyers for, I didn't know it was gonna be this many people, but for those of you who don't get a flyer, I got a business card. So with that in mind, I appreciate the opportunity to present. If there are any questions, I'll be hanging around. I'll be in town all day today, because I gotta do this again this afternoon at the city meeting. Any questions from the commissioners?
If you need an extra flyer, you can have mine.
I'll certainly make sure that somebody gets that.
Okay? Because I'm tracking it already.
Very good. All right, thank you for your, and again, Ms. Kathy has been extremely useful to us this year. We expect her to continue to do that, and she'll take advantage of all the things that you can offer us as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Lawton Sack.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman and Board of Commissioners. This morning, as part of your business, this county will be taking an important step forward in hiring a new county manager. I come to you this morning just with a little bit of uncertainty. I don't know anything about the candidate that's being brought forward today, other than a few Google searches that probably most of y'all have done yourself. I know y'all have done a lot of due diligence, but once again, I think there was a key piece left out of this process, and once again, that is the people and citizens of Bulloch County. We do not know this candidate. We don't know much about his background. Most of the people in this county, if he came up and shook their hand, wouldn't even know he was a candidate for county manager. Some of y'all are Southern Baptists. When you call a new preacher, one of the most important things you do is you sit down, you eat with them, you ask questions. Usually the congregation has an opportunity of just asking even simple questions. Where'd you go to college? What do you know about this area? What are your plans for the future? And these are questions that we just don't know the answers to. And I know often when I stand up here that this feels like a personal attack. But each time I come up here, it's with the same thing. And that is making the people of this community a part of the process and just letting our voices be heard. This may be the best hire this county has ever made. We don't know. We hope it is. We hope there's a great future for Bulloch County. All of us, Democrat, Republican, Independents, are in this for the same reason and wanting to see a better Bulloch County. But I once again encourage you, you've got to involve the people in this process. I've been asked, what do you think about it? I don't know. Never met. People say, what do you think, this is a good hire? I don't know. People ask me, is he overpaid for his qualifications? I don't know. But I do know that we have not had that important opportunity to even meet this gentleman that's going to be hired this morning and lead us forward. So I want you to just think about that as we move forward as a county. I hope this new county manager is going to have the mindset of listening to the people and having us involved in the process. Y'all have had the chance to meet him, ask him questions, but we didn't. So please just consider us going forward. Give us that opportunity, and even give the media an opportunity to meet him and just become a more transparent and open government. Thank you.
So I'll just go ahead and give you some insight into this. You know, we've been very deliberate in our process of trying to protect the candidates that we interviewed through this process. Because the reality of this and what I have learned going through this process is, one, there are not a lot of qualified candidates to work as a county manager or a city manager, to be quite frank. And I can tell you that throughout the last 9 months, I've heard multiple horror stories of counties that have gone through this process and tried to hire a county manager that was not just qualified, but was a good fit personally for the county government. Now, I understand that there are people that feel like they wanted to meet this person beforehand and things like that. But unfortunately, we live in a representative democracy. So whether you like the people up here or not, they were elected to represent the people of this county. And there comes a point where they have to make decisions, and you're not always afforded that opportunity to get that public input into this process. I wish that there was a way that we could involve the public in it. I wish that we could do something. And I can tell you that we have plans for once he gets here on the ground to have the opportunity for the public to meet with him. But because of the way the process works now, and because of personnel policies and things that we could do that potentially open the county up to lawsuits and cost us more money, we have to keep that process very close and very, very confidential. There are people that quite frankly, that they wanted to interview and they wouldn't. Because of the things that have happened in this county in the last year and a half, because of the controversy that has gone on here, because of the perception that the local governments don't get along. And we're trying to fix some of those things. So, you know, the intent here was not to keep this a big secret and hide the county manager or the prospects from them. It was to make sure that they had an assurance of confidence so that they could come forward and do this. Some of these people are employed by other local governments right now that if they would have found out that they were even going out and looking for another job, they probably would have lost their job. That's something that's sensitive to me, you know. This is something that before I took office, I had an interview with Al Hackle, and he asked me, he says, you know, what are your concerns and what are your priorities? And I said, my number one priority was finding a qualified county manager that would be a good fit for our local government. I think we've done that. And I think that in the coming weeks, you'll get the opportunity to meet this gentleman, you'll get to talk with him, and I think some of your concerns will be alleviated. So the next item on the agenda is the consent agenda. I'll go ahead and read these things off the agenda or the consent agenda, and then we'll discuss what we can do with them at the end. Number one, approve the minutes from Tuesday, September 2nd, 2025. Number two, approve the executive session minutes from Tuesday, September 2nd, 2025. Number three, approve a resolution to confirm the name of Pope Road. Number four, approve a software users agreement contract with Motorola Solutions in the amount of $260,659.06. Number five, approve the annual service and support contract with Quality Recording Solutions, LLC, in the amount of $16,139. Number six, approve the renewal of an MOU between Chatham County E911 and Bulloch County E911. Number seven, approve a professional services agreement by and between the Bulloch County Board of Assessors and Multiple Audit Professionals, LLC. Number eight, approve the comprehensive pay plan project with the Archer Company in the amount of $45,000. Number nine, authorize renewal of an indigent defense services agreement with the Ogeechee Judicial Circuit Public Defender Office. Number 10, approve a resolution agreeing to participate in the secondary manufacturer settlements and to be bound by the state of Georgia and local governments memorandum of understanding. Number 11, approve a resolution authorizing the acceptance of a road in the 1947 Forest Heights Country Club subdivision. Number 12, approve a resolution to approve applications to annex property into the city of Statesboro using the 100% annexation method. Number 13, approve an amended contract renewal by and between Bulloch County Board of Commissioners doing business as Bulloch County Correctional Institute and Inmate Calling Solutions, LLC, doing business as ICS Solutions. Number 14, approve the purchase of 2 sets of fire apparatus equipment from NAFCO in the amount of $81,612.70. We can approve these items collectively, or we can move any item to the new business for further discussion.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion we approve as read.
Okay, do I have a second? Second. All in favor? Motion carries unanimously, and I'll go on the record as saying I think this is the first time since I've taken office that we've made it through the consent agenda without having changes. Okay, so moving on to new business. County Attorney Jeff Akins. Got a motion to approve an employment agreement with Christopher D. Eldridge for the position of county manager.
Yes, sir. I'll present this briefly. And this is the employment agreement that sets forth the terms and conditions upon which the Board of Commissioners proposes to employ Mr. Eldridge as the county manager for Bulloch County. And some of the pertinent highlights, the proposed salary is $225,000 annual salary, $10,000 moving allowance, the use of a county vehicle for business purposes, and will be considered an employee at will, which I think the ordinance requires him to be an employee at will, but it does have a severance pay provision. If he is terminated without cause, he will be entitled to 6 months severance pay. And that would be a lump sum amount equal to 6 months of his salary. But that's only if he's terminated without cause. And I think that covers the highlights. Be glad to answer any other questions or that you may have.
Any discussion on this item? Hearing none, I'm going to call for a motion.
Move to approve, Mr. Chairman.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Motion carries unanimously. Next up, Buildings and Facilities Manager, Mr. Darrell Hopkins.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners.
Morning.
Darrell Hopkins, Building and Facilities Manager. I ask before you to approve the bid for Poundland Mental Health re-roofing the upper building that was damaged in Hurricane Helene and replaced a temporary fix that was put on it, and this will be the permanent structure to re-roof that building. The monies for this project will come from insurance and FEMA. Do you have any questions for me?
No questions? Hearing none, I'm going to call for a motion on this item.
Motion to approve, Chairman, Mr. Chairman.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Motion carries unanimously. Hop, don't run off. You're up again.
Yes, sir. Asking for, to approve the purchase of replacement HVAC system in Fire Station 16, Highway 67. The current system right now is inadequate. Would not have a clear date of installation. We have now 9 to 11 people in there daily. Just last week, they had a classroom full of 24 additional people in there for a class. And we have found out that the current system is undersized with the ductwork, and all the ductwork need replacing, so replacing the entire system will put us ahead with some dehumidification system with it and put us ahead for the next several 10 to 15, 20 years.
Now, is this on the house part that we just, out there on 67? Okay.
Yes, the
Did we
house
know
part.
that this was going to need to be replaced whenever we bought the property, or is this something that's come up after that?
I believe it's come up after that with the body of people that we put in, 9 to 11 daily in there. It's just unable to keep up with.
Okay, appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
We've also expanded that building out too, because we've enclosed the garage there so the EMS folks would have living quarters in there as well. Is that right?
That is correct,
So
yes.
We've
And
actually
it's a
expanded
system in that, just that portion, there's a system inside of there,
Okay.
new system.
Any other questions or comments on this item?
Where's the funds coming from this?
This is coming from the fire station's account.
Okay, I didn't know if SPLOST or any of that was paying for it, or if this was just general budget.
It's gonna come from SPLOST, Public Safety SPLOST.
Yes, sir.
Location of 16, location of Station 16.
Yes, sir, Highway 67.
So in other words, Hop, what you're saying is we tried to make do with what we had,
We tried.
and it ain't.
It's not making do.
All right, that's what I want to make sure that was clear.
Yes, sir.
Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, I'm going to call for a motion on this item.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second. All in favor? Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you.
Thank you, Hop. Mr. Ron Nelson.
Morning, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners. Come before you today asking for approval for a contract with LS Wood Contracting to perform roadway repairs, paving repairs along County Road 148 High Point Circle at 3 separate locations, and also along County Road 245 Josh Dale Road at 1 location. The ones that are actually on High Point Circle will be a full roadway width each one about 100 feet in length. The one on Josh Deal will be 1 lane, about 50 feet in length. And what came about here was, I believe I included all this in your packet, but the roadway in High Point Circle just had poorly graded soils, high clay content, and we're going to need to go out and just make some rehabilitation work. Fortunately, our partners at Public Works appreciate their efforts to go out and rehabilitate this location to make it passable. Went out and actually removed the bad soils and went in and tried to rehabilitate it with pretty heavy thickness of sand or granular material and then a GAB surface. So it's been traversable by the folks who live on High Point Circle. And the similar effect took place out at Josh Deal Road, poorly graded soil, high clay content. And of course, Josh Deal Road, a little different category. That's a major county road. I would consider a lot more traffic on it. So I'm asking for approval to get this contract underway with Ellis Wood. We did go through a request for quote on this to try to expedite and not go through a full procurement. That was with approval from our procurement manager, Ms. Faye Bragg. We did receive 4 separate quotes, and actually the low quote came in from Benchmark Construction at $32,386. Ellis Wood came in at $34,980. Mill Creek Construction came in at $39,440, and Reeves Construction Company came in at $75,470. The reason for Ellis Wood contract being the selected group is that they are considered a pre-qualified contractor with GDOT. That was one of the stipulations in our request for quote. Benchmark Construction could not prove that they are a GDOT pre-qualified contractor, so we had to pass on that group and go to our second lowest bid. This will be paid for by T-Splosh funds. So I request your approval for approval for a contract with Ellis Wood Contracting at $34,980. Any questions?
Any questions, comments on this item? Hearing none, I'll call for a motion on this item.
Move to approve, Mr. Chairman.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you very much.
That concludes our new business. Brent leads us to our commission and staff comments. And any staff that have any comments at this time?
I have one. Yesterday, Monday, September 15th, Bulloch County began accepting grant applications for the opioid settlement grants. Eligible applicants are nonprofit organizations in Bulloch County that provide opioid addiction, treatment, prevention, and recovery services. These grants are funded by the opioid settlement through the state that we participated in. Eligible applicants can apply for up to $50,000 on this first go-round. Applications are due back by November 3rd, and grant awards will be announced by December 5th, 2025. More information is available on our website. There's a link on the home page, and the grant application is there as well.
Thank you, Christie. Mr. Corey Kemp.
Good morning. Corey Kemp, Director of Emergency Management. Dal has a quick PowerPoint he's on show. Yesterday, I made a turnaround trip to Atlanta to pick up 7 reimbursement checks. One is not on there because that's the actual GSAR checks, but those are the checks I picked up. It sums about $2.2 million. Any questions about those? They're all here. Oh.
Can you pull them out of the envelope and hold them up so we can take pictures and pose them? I'm kidding. I'd say make it rain, but I don't really want it to right now. Any other staff comments? Hearing none, are there any commissioner comments?
I would like to make a comment, thanking you for your explanation on why on certain things we can't involve the public on doing things. I mean, we are elected to make decisions on certain things, and especially with choosing a county commissioner. I hope the public has enough trust in us to know that we're just not gonna go out there and pick up somebody off the street and bring them here to help guide our county. And you did a good explanation on it. I do appreciate you for doing that. Thank you.
Any other commissioner comments?
Mr. Chairman, I would like to thank, Ms. Christie King and Ms. Jolene. They all sat in on the interview, and all the commissioners too. I knew it was a busy time for some of them being farmers and all at the time, and it took a lot of sitting down and thinking. And I just want to tell all y'all how much I appreciate each and every one of you participating, and I think you've made the right decision. Corey, Dink, thank y'all. We know a lot of that money wouldn't be recovered, without y'all and staff. I know a lot of the staff, Christie and her whole staff and everybody's had to work together to get it, and I know it's not been easy at all, by no means. It's very difficult to deal with these people. And it don't happen overnight, but as long as we keep getting it back, I do appreciate all y'all's hard work and getting it back, because that's, at the end of the day, that's what we have to do, because we don't know when the next one's coming. And one more thing, I will remind the public that harvest season's in full swing. Here we go, 3 months of it. So y'all see the equipment moving up and down the road, y'all be careful. I know they trying to get to the next field and y'all want to get home or y'all want to get to work. I understand that, I totally do. But you don't have accidents with this equipment. Somebody gets killed. So pay attention on the roads, watch what the other lanes do, and don't park directly across from somebody's mailbox or culvert pipe. And if there's nowhere else to go, just pull over and let them come by you. Then you can run 55 mile an hour time they pass you. But I just want that to be aware that it is the time, and this equipment's coming up and down the road, whether you like it or not. So y'all just please pay attention, please be careful, and we'll do the best we can also.
And I just wanted to remind the commissioners of the annual Booklet Peanut Festival Parade tomorrow. For those of you that are going to participate, lineup will begin. Saturday, yes, Tuesday. On Saturday, this coming Saturday. So if you'll be there at 9:30, Public Works will have the float there ready for you guys. And then also upcoming festival parade, Turpentine, October 4th in Portal. If any of you will participate, please let me know.
Mr. Davis, you're looking like you got something down there.
I was looking forward to riding in the Peanut Festival.
I know last month I mentioned this, and I'm just going to add to Mr. Connor's comments. The days are getting shorter, so we're getting to that time of the year where it's not daylight at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning now. So, Bulloch County, and I tell people as I talk to folks around the state, everybody wants to think that we're rolling in money because of Hyundai, and everything here is Hyundai. And I remind them all that, Bulloch County is one of the largest counties in the state, and at almost 640 square miles, our number one industry is still agriculture. This is the time of the year that those folks are getting out there and working to close out their year. There's a lot of equipment on the road. It's out there at the same time of the day that kids are going to school. I was just about late this morning because I got behind a log truck coming down 80 that could not exceed 35 miles an hour for some reason. But I just ask that everybody just have some patience as you get out on the road. There's been it seems like an odd number of traffic fatalities in the county in the last month. And a lot of those, I feel like if folks would just slow down a little bit, get off your phone and focus on driving, we'd all be a little bit safer. So, with that being said, I will say that we have got some reports back in the last week about septage, and what to do with it as far as refuse coming out of septic tanks. We're still reviewing that stuff, and we'll be discussing that with the septic tank working group so that we can try to find a plan and a way forward for the county. I'll remind folks here that Bulloch County is one of the largest counties in the state. We also have another thing to be proud of, not just the dirt road capital of the world. Apparently, we are the septic tank capital of the state of Georgia, and have more septic tanks than anywhere else in the state. So, we are trying to find a solution that we can have within our own county as far as what to do with that waste, so that we're not dependent on outside influences in other counties to dump that waste for us. So there'll be more discussion about that in the future. That being said, we're going to be going into executive session. There will be no further action taken after that executive session. So I'm going to read my little statement here. Venus said she didn't like me ad-libbing it, so I must now call for a motion to adjourn into executive session in accordance with the provisions of OCGA 50-14-3B2 and other applicable laws pursuant to the advice of County Attorney Jeff Akins for the purpose of discussing personnel. Do I have a motion to adjourn into executive session? All in favor? Motion carries unanimously. Thank you all for your coming out today.